Started in a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like and feels like to you. So go ahead and just get yourself situated. For those new people joining us, this is a 45-minute class. So we've got 45 minutes together this morning. But feel free if you have to leave or anything else, feel free to do what you need to. All right, so go ahead and find that comfortable seated position. Just go ahead and close your eyes, just taking a few minutes to slow down that body, that mind, and that breath. And if you would like, you can elevate yourself on a blanket. All right. Oh, he's gonna leave. Okay. You can elevate yourself on a blanket if you're not comfortable seated on the floor. And then we will just again take a minute, slow down that body, that mind, and that breath. Just breathing in, breathing out. Sitting up nice and tall, each vertebrae stacked one on top of the other, creating some length through that spine, all the way from the sacral to cervical vertebrae, from the bottom to the neck. And as we settle in this morning to our practice, just creating a thought or an intention for your practice, your reason for being here. Maybe what you hope to accomplish by being here. And as we move throughout the next 45 minutes, just keeping that within your thoughts, within your focus. If you find your mind wandering and drifting away, just bring yourself back to your reason, to your intention. And next time you take a nice deep breath as you inhale, lifting up through the top of the head. As you exhale, slowly lower that chin to your chest. And then gently rocking that head out side to side in a half neck circle. Right ear, right shoulder, left shoulder, with that chin passing through center each time, keeping the safety of the neck in mind. And then we're going to make our way to where the right ear is over at the right shoulder. Press that left shoulder down and away. Just create some space as best as we can through the side of the neck, keeping the chin lifted and back. And then relaxing that shoulder, and then rock that left ear over to the left shoulder. And then again, push that right shoulder down and away. Just actively try and push that shoulder away. Create some space to the side of the neck, best as you can. And then relaxing that right shoulder again. A couple more times, just rock that head out, right, left, left, right. And then we're gonna bring that chin back down towards our chest and just hold it here for a moment. Just stretching out the back of the neck gently. And then from here, as we inhale, lift that chin up off the chest, and open up those eyes. Inhale those arms up, and exhale and fold forward. So seated forward fold, head, chest, and body just coming as far forward as your body will allow. Hinge from those hips, open up the hips, and just take yourself forward. And always continue to breathe, keeping that breath in mind. And with a nice deep breath, inhale, nice tight core, and go ahead and walk ourselves all the way up. And then from here, we're just going to inhale those arms back up right overhead. And as we exhale, we're just going to twist to the right. So just a nice gentle seated twist, looking over the right shoulder, taking that right hand behind the buttocks and keeping that spine nice and long and tall. And then from here, inhaling the arms up, exhale and twist to the other side. Again, left hand behind the buttocks. Take the right hand on the outside of the left thigh and just twist over, being over that shoulder. And then from here, just go ahead and gently untwist. And then from here, we're going to extend those legs out in front of us. If you are elevated on your blankets or pillows, you can go ahead and remove those. And just extend those legs, flex those feet. Inhale up and exhale and fold forward. So again, that variation of the seated forward fold. The same premise as if we're standing, where that head, chest, and body are coming towards those legs. Those hamstrings are lengthening and that back is lengthening, and stretching to bring it all together. And as always, with anything we are doing, any exercise we do, it's especially with yoga. If you feel a lot of resistance and tension, feel free to back out. When you feel release, feel free to go a little deeper. One more nice deep breath. And as we inhale, nice tight core, and that head comes up and all that body comes up together. Let's come up onto our hands and our knees for some cat-cows. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, about shoulder width and about hip distance apart. And make sure you spread those fingers wide and rest those feet down behind those knees. Inhale, bring that chin towards your chest, around that back, and just hold it here. Hold those shoulder blades apart. Continue to breathe. Take a couple breaths right here. As we come into cat, just take a breath. And then go ahead and make your way into cow. Lift that tailbone up behind you. Take that gaze forward. Lift that chest. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then from here, moving through cat, through cow. Inhale as you round. Exhale as you reverse. So just breathe as works for you. Just move at your own pace. Give that back a little stretch. A little wake up. Round and reverse. One more time each way. And then we're going to make our way to a neutral spine, whatever that looks like and feels like to you. To thread the needle, we're going to take the right arm out to the side, reach long, and then take that right arm all the way underneath that left arm, coming down to where we're resting on the side of the head. So taking that right arm through, you can keep that left hand there for support if you'd like. But if you want to take the left arm and stretch it, you can either bend it, put it behind your back, or take it down in front with the palm down and walk the fingers forward. But if you do have any neck stability issues, just keep that left hand beside the head and help keep that head supported and positioned. One more nice deep breath right here. If that left hand's come anywhere else, bring it back beside your head, push into it, and then just unthread that right arm and just take that right arm up and reach the opposite direction. So just reaching up towards the ceiling, sky, and bring that hand down. And then from here, let's take that left arm out to the side. Once again, just reach long, go all the way underneath. That right arm coming down again to where you're resting on the side of the head, keeping the hips lifted and back. Right hand again can stay there, can drape behind the back, down in front, or a little bit of both, whatever works for you. Just take a minute, breathe. Feeling stretch first. Stretches primarily through that left shoulder. And then the right shoulder can come along if you'd like. And that right hand's coming here beside the head, put it back where it came from, and then go ahead and take that left arm, unthread it, and reach all the way up. As best as you can, stretch that shoulder the opposite direction. And then from here, taking that hand down, coming back into our cat-cow position, and then giving a couple cat-cows. Round and reverse, back to that tabletop. Get that back a little stretch. One more time each way. And we'll make our way back to a neutral spine, just a flat back, whatever that is for you. Curl your toes, lift your knees just slightly so they're hovering right above the ground. So getting that belly to warm up a little bit, getting that core engaged. Knees are just hovering right above the ground, looking out somewhere just in front of those hands. So come and hover and hold. One more breath. And then we're going to come down to our knees and come into child's pose. So knees come maybe even a little bit wider apart if you'd like, feet together, slide the hands forward, rest that forehead down. Also too here, getting those shoulders to stretch, reaching long, reaching forward. And then from here, lift that head up, curl your toes, make your way into your downward facing dog. And the feet are about shoulder width or hip distance apart, hands about shoulder width apart. Keeping that head relaxed. If you need to, shake it out, do some yeses and some nos. If you need to, you can walk it out with those feet. One hand dropping in the other, kind of settling into our first down dog of the morning. Take a few breaths right here. And then looking towards those hands, walk the feet up to the hands to standing forward fold. Head, chest, and body coming towards those legs, lengthening those hamstrings, lengthening that back. as we draw ourselves together. If you can't get the hands to the ground, that's okay. You can take the hands and rest them on your shins, just let them hang and dangle, whatever works for you. Take a couple moments, take a couple breaths. Again, two here if it feels good. Walk it out. Stretch, stretch. One side and the other. And then let's inhale to a flat back to a half fold. Gaze comes out just over the end of the feet. Push those hamstrings back. Nice long back. Hands can either stay down on the ground or go to the shins. Take another breath right here. And then exhale, release. Inhale, arms out to the side, head up, chest up, flat, flat back. We go to standing. So coming all the way up and bringing the hands up and down and around. All right. And for just a little bit of balance here, I just want you to take those feet belt shoulder width apart. And I'm just going to kind of rock back and forth on those feet. And we're just going to let that body weight just come to a rest, just grounding ourselves. And then from here, let's inhale, bringing the arms and the gaze up. Exhale, releasing those hands. And the next time we inhale, we're going to rise up onto the balls of the feet. Inhale, coming up. And as we exhale, lower those heels down. And then once again, inhale, coming up. High as we can onto those toes. Exhale, release. The next time we come down, we're going to come down into a toe squat. So we're going to come up. And then instead of coming to bring those heels down, we're step on the balls of the feet. We're just going to bend those knees and lower ourselves down nice and slow into a toe squat. A little bit of strength in those legs, coming down to where those hips are resting at about knee level. Now, if you have issues and you need something to hold on to, if you have issues with your knee joints or anything, you can always just keep the heels down and do a chair squat. There's lots of options, lots of ways to modify it. If you're here, just try and bring your body upright, bring the shoulders over the hips. Sit up nice and tall as best as you can. Finding a focal point. Something in front of you that's not moving could help. One more breath. And we're just going to slowly bring ourselves back up. And then we'll bring it out and make the release. Bring it in, shake it out, do what we need to. And next time we'll feel the difference here as we take those feet once again out that shoulder width. Hip distance apart, inhale up and exhale. This time sit back into chair. So now bend into those knees, body weight back on the heels. So now with those feet flat on the floor, arms are extended out in front or up overhead, whatever works best for you. And just sitting here, holding. And then bring those hands together and twist to the right. Take that left elbow above that right knee. Take a twist. Keep that body weight back on those heels in our chair. A couple breaths here. And then from here, release. Bring the arms back up. One more breath. And bring the hands back together and twist the other way. So take that twist, look over to the left. Press those palms together. Try and get that left elbow up above that right elbow. Try and keep the elbow and the arm above the knee joint. So somewhere on the thigh. And then untwist, come back, sit back into your chair, take one more nice deep breath, and then release to a forward fold. So coming into a standing forward fold. And again, too, if it feels good, you can walk it out. Shift your weight one side to the other. And then equal weight pulling up through both legs, hold it and hold it. And then from here, hands come down onto the ground, walk or jump into a plank. So let's come into a nice strong right plank. Belly is pulled in nice and tight, gazes out somewhere over those hands. Just hold your plank. Now remember, if you need to modify, you can come to your knees, but if you can stay here, stay up, hold your plank. One more breath. And then let's slowly chaturanga, slowly lower down like you're doing that tricep push-up, lifting up to your up dog, lifting the chest, lifting up through the front of the belly, thighs and feet, and then to your down dog. Curl your toes, lift your hips, and push back into your downward facing dog. As we come into our down dog, hold yourself here, push back, and again, too, if you need to, walk it out, do what's needed. Bring yourself into a place where you can come and hold. Coming, settling in. that right leg up behind you, nice and high into your down dog splits. And let's bend that knee, swing it forward. In between the hands is where we're aiming to get it. But as we get there, pick it up and move it, and then bring yourself up into a high lunge. So lifting yourself up, lifting the arms, lifting the chest, find some balance, bring ourselves up. Just come here and hold your high lunge. All right. So coming and holding that high lunge. Now if you need to drop down onto that back knee, you can into a low lunge. It's entirely up to you. But if you can, stay here. Let's bring those hands together and we're going to twist to the right. So now we've got, again, the left elbow above the right knee, and we're just taking that twist again, keeping in mind that the twisting motions that we do help aid in our digestion. So there's that breakfast that's moving through. Twisting can help move things through. It's good for overall gut health, those twists. Take another deep breath. Inhale, exhale, and then release. Bring ourselves back up into that high lunge, just one more breath. And then we'll make our way into warrior two. Drop onto the inside of the back foot, open up through those arms and that upper body, and reach long and bend into that front knee. So as we come into our warrior two here, trying to make sure that those shoulders are stacked over the hips so we're not taking that lean forward in our warrior. We're taking that lean, that bend from that front knee. And we've got that front toe pointed to the front and that left toe pointed to the side. And then remembering too, the safety of that back knee is always important because that leg is straight. You can pick up that heel, aim it down a little bit towards the right corner of your mat to help protect that back knee. Look for those toes in front. Make sure you can still see them. And just come and hold. Taking a couple more nice deep breaths right here. And then now, as we make our way to triangle, we're straightening out that front leg. If your legs are far and you want to try and bring them in a little closer, it's perfectly fine. But just straightening out that front leg now. And now we are going to take a reach and a lean as far forward as we can. And once you get as far as you can, you're going to drop that right leg, that right hand down somewhere onto that leg or to the inside, back side of that leg. And take that left arm up and just open up through the shoulders, looking anywhere that's comfortable. Again, if you can't get that hand down, it's okay to rest that hand on that leg or just let that hand be where it is. It's entirely up to you. But keeping that right inner thigh pulling up and in. Try and get that left shoulder up, open. And just taking a couple more nice deep breaths right here. One more breath. And from here, we're going to bend into that right knee, take those hands down, pivot back onto that left foot, take that right leg back behind you, back into your down dog splits. And then from here, we're going to come forward to a one-legged plank. So as you come to your plank, hands are underneath the shoulders, you got that right leg extended. Just come here and hold, pull that belly in nice and tight. Hold, hold. One more breath. And then trying to keep that leg elevated, lower down, chaturanga. Now you can release that right leg to your up dog. And when you're ready, to your down dog. So take a couple breaths, take a couple moments, regroup as we get ready for the other side. So find that place to take a second, relax. Remember, if down dog doesn't quite work for you, you can choose child's pose. When you're ready, lift that left leg up behind you, nice and high, do your down dog splits. Bend that knee, swing it forward, in between the hands when we're trying to get it. Then get there, pick it up, move it, up to your high lunge. Just come and focus, and again, if you need to modify your high lunge, easiest thing to do, come to your knee, into the low lunge. And then from here, bring those hands together, twisting to the left. Right elbow above that left knee. Take that twist. Find some balance. Press the palms together. Try and get that left elbow above that right elbow. Just come and hold. And breathe. And again, if you're having a challenge with your balance, lower that knee. One more breath. And then release. Let's go ahead and untwist. Come back up to our high lunge just for a moment, and then into warrior two. Open up the hips, open up the arms. Drop on the inside of that back foot and bend to that front knee. Take a look for those toes. Make sure you can still see them. Those left toes, that is. Hold here. Take a second. Just find that strength we possess here in the strong warrior pose. And keeping the strength in this warrior pose in mind for our day. Might need to bring out the inner warrior in ourselves at some point. And just keep in mind how strong we are. All right, let's go ahead and again straighten out that front leg as we make our way into triangle. And again, if you need to, you can take the feet a little closer together. But if you're ready, just lean as far forward as you can with that left arm. And then when you're ready, dropping that left hand down, somewhere on that leg, inside, outside, backside, whatever. And then if you want, you can go to the backside, go to the inside. Take that right arm up, reach high, reach long. And always looking wherever is comfortable for you, for your neck. Everywhere, knee up, and down. The most important thing is always to continue to breathe. Take a couple more nice deep breaths, pulling up on that left inner thigh, long in those legs. One more breath. And then again, take those hands down beside that left foot. Send that left leg back behind you to your down dog splits. Angle forward to that one-legged plank. I'm gonna hold again just for a couple breaths. And if you need to lower to that knee, or you can even lower that leg if you have to. One more breath. And then from here, slowly, chaturanga, release to your up dog. And when you're ready, to your downward facing dog. So coming into that down dog, pushing that body weight back into those heels, chest away from the arms. Take a couple breaths. And then looking towards those hands, walk or jump the feet to the hands to a standing forward fold. Head, chest, and body coming towards those legs. Lengthen those hamstrings, lengthen that back. Bring it all together. And then inhale to a flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms out to the side, head up, flat back, chest leads, up, up, up. We come all the way up to standing, bringing ourselves back to our standing posture here. As we make our way into dancer, we're going to be starting off with some balance that's needed. If you need help with balance, get close to something to hold on to. But if you're ready, just go ahead and grab that right ankle. Put that right ankle into the palm of that hand. First, find your balance here, and then inhale that arm up. And then as you can, bringing that chest a little bit forward, tipping forward, but keeping that chest lifted, drawing that heel back behind you, trying to get it at a 90-degree angle. So again, too, if you need help with balance, easiest thing to do here is have something to hold on to, just for a little balance. Next easiest thing would be, instead of tipping forward and coming forward, keep yourself up. Making sure though that we're not just bringing that chest forward and down, we're actually keeping that chest lifted, elevated, drawing that heel back behind you, pressing that ankle into the palm of the hand, lifting and holding. One more breath. And then we'll return back upright, back where we started. Come back and hold. And then as we release that leg and that arm, we're going to cross that right leg over the left. So cross it over, full feet planted on the ground, because we're going to fold forward. Inhale up, exhale. Holding forward. Getting into that forward fold. Now, the stretch will go through the outside of the left leg. Got the right leg, cross over the left. And we're just going to walk the hands too, a little bit over to the right. Taking a little bit more of a stretch to the outside of the left leg as we just kind of walk that body over towards the left side or the right side of that leg. And then walk the hands back to center. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms out to the side, head up, chest leads with that flat back. Up, back to standing we come. Bring the hands down around, and then we get on across. You can wiggle it out, whatever you need to do to get ready for the other side. So again, when you're ready, find your balance. And again, if you need help with balance, the easiest thing to do is, I'm sure you've got lots of things around you, and even if it's not higher, it could be a lower, if it's a couch, for you just to hold on to. So find that place that works for you. All right, pull that heel in when you're ready. Bring that arm up. And then again, too, as we come forward, again, keeping that chest lifted, take that leg back behind you. Again, if you need that help with balance, just hold on. Do what works. I'm trying to be graceful as we come into our dancer. A couple more breaths. And then from here, once again, release back where we started, just holding that heel towards our buttocks. And then as release, cross that leg over, cross that left leg over the right. Get yourself grounded, making sure you've got both feet planted firmly on the ground. As we're gonna inhale, and we're gonna exhale and fold forward. So once again, get into that forward fold, taking that stretch now through the outside of the right leg. And then walk the hands over a little bit to the left, and feeling a little more of a stretch outside of that right leg. And then from here, walk the hands back to center, back to our fold, just to the forward. Inhale to that flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms out to the side, head up, chest leads, flat, flat, back, up, up, up. We come all the way to standing. Bring the hands down around, and then across. All right. Wiggle it out, do whatever we need. And we're ready to make it our way up, down onto the ground. So make sure you've got some room if you need to reorient yourself. Feel free. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold forward. And then back into our forward fold. Take a couple breaths right here. And then we're just staying right here. Let's just walk the hands a little bit over to the left. And then back through center and a little bit over to the right. So just changing that upper body positioning a little bit, keeping the legs exactly where they were. And then back to center. And then bringing those hands down, walk or jump into a plank. Into that nice strong plank, belly pulled in tight. Come and hold. And then from here, slowly, chaturanga, lifting up to your up dog. And then when you're ready, to your down dog. So coming into that down dog, hold yourself, get comfortable wherever you are. Pedal it out if you need to, walk it out. And breathe. And then from here, we're going to come down onto our knees as we make our way into puppy pose. So go ahead and come down onto your knees. And then from here, we're going to keep the hips and the knees lifted. And we're going to let the hands slide out. And we're going to bring that forehead down. So coming into puppy pose, different than our child pose, because here we've got our hips lifted up over the knees, sliding the arms out, pushing that chest back and down. As we just come here for a moment. The stretch. And then from here, inhale, lift that head up. And maybe you're going to need to scoot the hands a little further in, curl those toes, and make your way back into your downward facing dog. So coming back into our down dog. Let's go ahead and lift that right leg up behind us, nice and high. To your down dog splits. You're going to bend that knee, swing it forward. And you don't have to get in between your hands because we're just going to push off from here as we make our way into warrior three. But first, I just want you to make sure you've got those hands below with you for some stability. We're going to push off with that left leg till we're standing on that right. And then as you can, you're going to lift that right leg and make it long and lift that upper body up coming into warrior three. And again, this is a fantastic place So if you need help, find something to stabilize, to help you balance. If not though, try and find a focal point, something on the ground that you can focus in on. Tuck those arms in tight to make that leg nice and long. Breathe. And then if you can, moving the arms forward, biceps next to the ears, palms forward. So if you can, find a different place to lengthen again if you need that help. Hold on. That right leg is nice and long. And if you want a little more challenge, you can move those arms back and forth. But if you're just having a hard time standing, find a place where you can hold those arms, hold that body, and just stabilize. But again, if you need the challenge, or close your eyes. Always adds a different element. And then just find a place to come and hold, whatever works for you. One more breath. And then let's release that leg and fold forward. And now we're going to bend that right knee slightly. That left leg is long. Keep the right hand down, take the left arm up, and just give it a little twist. So that left leg is nice and long, right knee leg is a little bent, a little less stress on that right leg as the left leg's taking all the work. Reach up high, reach, stretch that shoulder, as well as that left leg. And then release that hand, equal weight into our forward fold. Take one more breath. And then let's put those hands down, walk or jump into your plank. Through your plank, go ahead and chaturanga to your up dog. And then when you're ready, to your down dog. So just take a couple breaths in your down dog, regroup before we go to our warrior three on the other side. And then when you're ready, lift that left leg up behind you, nice and high. Down dog splits, bend it, just swing it forward somewhere. Take both hands on either side of that left foot. And when you're ready, push off with that right leg, lift it. First, find your balance before you then go lifting that chest and that body and those arms, and find yourself in your warrior three. Tucking those arms in at your side, palms in, fingers back. Right leg is long behind you. And again, if you need help, find something to balance with. Especially at home, if you have those options, find something to hold on to so that you can work on getting to that place where you have that head lifted, or even lift the hands up, keep them close if you need to. And then bring the arms forward, biceps tucked in by your ears. Lengthen and lift that left leg, make it long, make that right leg long as well. And then again, if you want the challenge, move the arms forth. And then just find a place to hold. Just take 2 more breaths right here. And then release that leg and fold forward. And then this time, left knee just bends, right leg is long. And then take that right arm up, give that right side a little bit of a stretch. Just making that right leg long as possible. Left knee is a little bent. And just reach and twist. And then release that arm, equal weight pulling it through both legs, fold and hold. And then from here, hands down, walk or jump into your plank, into a nice strong plank. One more time, belly pulled in tight, fingers spread wide. Take a couple breaths. And then slowly, chaturanga to your up dog, to your down dog one more time. Coming into that down dog, just one last time. Take a few nice deep breaths, push back into those heels, push that chest away from the arms and breathe. And then from here to your knees, feet together, and sit back into your child's pose. Extending those arms, reaching long and forward. Sit back onto those heels. Take a couple breaths right here. And then bring the hands back beside your head very slowly, lifting that head up. And then from here, we're going to cross those legs, We're just gonna sit back. Gonna make some room for us to make our way down. Before we do though, let's make our way into our boat pose. And you can have lots of options. You can take a hold of the shins, you can grab the hamstrings, wherever you wanna start. You can just start here if you'd like and lean back. And then as you get your balance, you can extend those legs, you can release those arms. You can also even extend those legs all the way long. Keep that chest lifted, get this imaginary strength pulling up through the center of that chest, shoulders back and down, long through that head and that spine. Just hold some sort of a boat, modify it or whatever. One more breath, and release those legs and fold forward. So now just releasing those legs, extending and folding forward. Take a breath, give that belly a quick break. So I'm gonna do that one more time. Gotta have a little bit more core stability when we do yoga. All right, once again, inhale, nice deep breath, head up, all the way we come back. And again, coming into your boat. And again, you've got lots of versions of a boat. You have ways to modify, you can come here. But the most important thing is we're making that V shape with that body. Wherever it comes from the knees to the hips, to the shoulders to the head. Lift and lengthen and hold. One more breath. And then let's release those legs and that upper body and lie back. And just stretch nice and long. So point those toes, reach long with those arms. Just give that body a stretch through its entirety. And just keep on breathing. All right, and then from here, bring those knees into your chest. Nice loose hold on those shins. Circle those knees one direction, or if you want to use the hands as drivers, you can put them on the knees, but you would just put the palms of the hands on the knees instead of grasping the knees, hugging them in. Either way, circles one way, circles the other, or even side to side. All right, and this is, I feel like it's one of the best parts of our practice is Shavasana. We know that we used to be in the gym setting, we could be lying in peace and quiet and bam, somebody would go crashing out the door. So hopefully you've got some quiet surroundings. If not, you know how to block it out. So let's just go ahead and extend those legs, extend those arms by your side, palms up. Corpse pose is traditional, but however you're comfortable. I just want you to find a place that you can really just take the next few minutes to close your eyes. Slow down that body, that mind, and that breath. Bring ourselves back where we began our practice, to a peaceful, quiet place. And just continue to breathe, letting that breath move through us. Letting that air be our guide. But just continue to be. And slowly bringing some awareness in that body and that mind. You can move those fingers, those toes, those hands, those feet, or even those arms and those legs, or that head, side to side circles. And when you're ready, rolling over onto the side of your choice. Anyone who's pregnant should go left. Everybody else can go to their side of their choosing. In family life, love is the oil that eases friction, the cement that binds closer together, and the music that brings harmony. And again, that quote is, in family life, love is the oil that eases friction, the cement that binds closer family, and the music that brings harmony. And that is a quote from Friedrich Nietzsche. We are in a house full of family, full of love. Just remember that there's the friction, the cement, and the harmony that is all created within one. Hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend and hope to see you next week. Namaste. Thanks, you guys.
Namaste.
All right. Thanks, Lack. Good to see
Thank
you
you,
guys.
Katie.
Thanks, Katie.
You're
See you.
welcome.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.